4 ordinary children are about to discover the mystery of Learning Land.
Puppets Tell All was written by Paula Marie Musica, recorded by voice talent F. Ed Knudsen. Part 1, Puppets Tell All. Chapter 1, Street Play. It was an ordinary day in the city. From all outside appearances, the huge clock on the square signaled the noon hour. Immediately, a chiming mechanical sound reverberated throughout the area so loudly that it caused goosebumps on passers-by. People from all over the town bounded out of their office cubicles like horses jolting out of stalls when a gun goes off at the racetrack. They were either on their way to eat lunch or to use this precious hour for errands. Soon, traffic became extremely heavy. The lunch hour rush was on. Even the pets sensed the tension. Dogs were barking and fought with each other when they passed on the street. Cars honked their horns to prove their right-of-way on the cluttered streets. Cars parked on the sidewalk meant that people had to walk on the street in order to get anywhere. Kids yelled, pushed, and shoved to find a space to play, and they ran around the streets instead of a playground.
"Get out of my way, stupid, or I'll karate chop you,"
one boy screamed.
"No way, you idiot! You don't know how to play ball anyhow, pizza belly!"
another retorted. They had tried desperately to play and found some space beneath billboards that were proclaiming the right to sell using suggestive photos as their tactics. This was an ordinary day in the city, but a special day for 4 young children playing on the street and part of a sidewalk that hadn't been claimed yet by an indignant motorist. These children had at least 2 things in common: good hearts and misdirected lifestyles. Just like the other kids, they pushed and shoved, yelled, screamed, and cursed at each other to prove who was right, or who won, or who ran faster, and, in general, who was in control of the games that they played together. Each child was so interested in being number one that they forgot to consider each other.
"You girls are stupid. You don't know nothing,"
John Paul snapped.
"That's the last time you call me stupid,"
the enraged Aubrey yelled, and then crossed over to Cindy. She whispered to Cindy not to let the boys have the ball.
"We'll just throw it back and forth between ourselves,"
she added. Cindy admired Aubrey's leadership abilities and her lack of fear. She copied almost everything Aubrey did. Aubrey hated that, but she dealt with it because Cindy knew she was boss. Aubrey was not the kind of girl that could easily be pushed around. Her parents came to the U.S. from South America, and she was proud when people called her a hot-blooded Latino. No mere boy, no matter who he was, would be able to get the better of her if she had anything to do with it, and she usually did.
"Get out of my way. We need time out,"
snapped John Paul, a sharp-looking kid with a real attitude.
"Come here, Josh."
John Paul realized Aubrey was up to something, so he told Joshua to throw the ball really fast so the girls couldn't catch it. Aubrey tired of this new tactic almost immediately. She grabbed the ball before her turn and threw it to Cindy, but Cindy missed.
"I got it. It's mine. I'll show you, stupid,"
Cindy echoed when she ran after the ball.
"Come on, Cindy. You don't know what you're doing,"
John Paul commanded.
"You're nothing but an Aubrey puppet with strings. You're worse than Pinocchio. At least he didn't have strings." "I'm not a puppet. I'll show you,"
Cindy cried as she reached out to grab the ball. Joshua was there at the same time she was. She tried to get a good grip on the ball, but in the shuffle, Joshua knocked it out of Cindy's hands. Before she knew it, he picked it up and threw it into the street in the middle of heavy traffic. Shoving and pushing for the lead, the children ran out into the street after the ball. Suddenly, with the usual commotion of horns honking, kids yelling, and animals barking, there was the sound of a loud horn honking, people gasping, screams, and squeaking brakes. Winning ownership of the ball became more important to them than their own lives.
"Oh, God, no! God, help us!"
Aubrey screamed loudly when she realized the huge truck headed their way could not stop.